So we found that pet owners were more likely to have higher social capital than non-pet owners. Social capital is a measure that looks at really the social fabric of society, whether people have trust in other people, whether they perceive that others are willing to help each other out, whether they exchange favours, whether they get involved in their local community, whether they know people at the local level. So all the kind of stuff that builds up community in an era where we're often quite socially isolated and people can feel that they live amongst total strangers. There's been quite a lot of research in the past that's looked at dogs in particular and dog walking or people getting to know each other through dogs, and certainly that was true in our study, and we saw that social capital was even slightly higher amongst dog owners. But interestingly, the effect with social capital was found for all pet owners. And so in our sample, we had dogs were the most common, we had cats, we had people who own all kinds of pets. And in some of the open-ended responses, people talked about meeting neighbours through a variety of pets. So I think the fact that it's not just limited to dogs is an interesting aspect of this study. In terms of the implications for society, whilst not everyone can own a pet, I think it is important that in a country where 2/3 of people do have a pet, that we accommodate that. So whether it's off-leash areas for people who have dogs, whether it's pet-friendly accommodation options. I think Australia lags behind some other countries in terms of pet-friendly rentals, pet-friendly retirement villages. We have an ageing population in Australia, and I think it's really important that we accommodate that, and that people who want the companionship of a pet are able to find accommodation options that would allow them to do that. So I think it encourages us to not default to saying no pets allowed, but to think through maybe pets can be allowed and maybe we'll all benefit from that.